Gabriel. I'm a junior here at Bishop Dean High School, and this is a speech I wrote about sexual harassment on campus. And firstly, I want to preface my speech by saying that I'll only be addressing sexual harassment toward women, since I'm not a man and I don't feel comfortable discussing the harassment they experience since it's so different than women. And if I did discuss these experiences, I would present my preconceived biases without even thinking about it. And so many people ask me, why do you talk about this? Why are you discussing something that hasn't affected you? This is exactly why I wrote this speech, because I have the privilege to look at these issues as an ally, not as someone who has experienced it. I have an outside perspective, no trauma, no emotional attachments. That's why I use my privilege to shed light on sexual harassment and assault, because I don't have to worry about anything happening to me as a result of speaking about it. As Audre Lorde says, I write for those women who do not speak, for those who do not have a voice, because they were terrified, because we are taught to respect fear more than ourselves. We've been taught that silence would save us, but it won't. Without further ado, I will start my speech. In school, we're taught that women have equal rights. We are taught that patriarchy does not exist anymore. This is a gross understatement. We are affected every single day by these systems. We are told that it's our fault when men can't control themselves. Every day we go through this and no one does anything about it. This system, this patriarchy, this form of systemic oppression has been perpetuated by the culture on this campus. Harassment, unsafety, all of these things women have to deal with every day. And it's honestly not just women. LGBTQ+ folk, we all deal with harassment. We all deal with these feelings and no one does anything about it. A few weeks ago, I wore a shirt, proudly displaying my sexuality, and I got harassed by a group of men. This isn't some new issue. Women and LGBTQ+ people have dealt with this discrimination for decades. This is something our grandparents, or parents, or siblings have dealt with. And it's something that we are still dealing with today. The way I am confident in my body and sexuality is not up for a debate. I should not have to worry about men commenting on my body, about men discussing my chest size, about them scrutinizing what I look like. Not all men are like that, but enough are. Yes, not all men harass us every day, but have they ever done anything about it? Have they ever stood up to their friends? Because it's not all men, but have they ever said, that's not right, that's sexist to their friends? No, because they have power over women and they use it. Men enable this culture to spread, they don't do anything. They laugh with friends and they encourage this harassment. When women bring up their feelings, they're told that boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Okay, whatever. No, you know what? I truly hate this phrase. Boys will be boys. How about we say boys will be held accountable for the privilege they hold, the harassment they inflict every single day, and the comments they make about women and their bodies. Nearly 80% of female sexual assault victims experience their first assault before the age of 25. Now, I can't speak on this, but so often I've been told to cover up or that I'm practically asking for it. That it's my fault and my responsibility if a man can't control himself. That I need to control myself because of a man. 1 out of every 6 American women has been the victim of an attempted or completed rape in her lifetime. 1 out of 6. Let that sink in. 1 out of 6. Rape isn't something to sugarcoat. It affects women every day. In addition to sexual harassment targeting women, it also targets other marginalized communities like LGBTQ+ and BIPOC. This may seem far out there, statistics don't do much for our age. But this culture, rape culture, blaming the victim, refusing accountability of men, this is prevalent on this campus. This is prevalent not just in dress code, but in everything. Little microaggressions or comments from men. And the comments that seem like a joke, that seem like they aren't a big deal, these small words, they hurt. They cause years of pain. Being called a slur or invalidated, it deeply cuts the soul. Speaking from experience, I got called dyke and faggot over the summer after I came out, from people I've had class with for years. Truly never felt safe on campus, mainly because I would hear these jokes that women are asking for it or that rape is okay. In class, these men would say this stuff in class and the teachers did nothing. Nothing. This topic has been difficult for me to discuss. I'm only 17 years old, and I often feel as if I can't cause change because of my age. However, despite these feelings, we can cause change. What we need to remember is that we can do something about this rape culture and sexual harassment. We have to discuss the harassment and issues women, BIPOC, and LGBTQ+ people face on campus. It's not some radical notion that we deserve bodily autonomy. Me wanting my rights to be respected as both a woman and a lesbian is not wild. It's not rocket science. In all honesty, I shouldn't have to stand here and plead for my rights to be respected. It's a simple request. The idea that women are here for men, that we exist solely for men's pleasure, leads to objectification and lack of accountability. If my shoulders distract a 16-year-old boy so much, maybe he should go to the office, not me. Instead of placing the blame on women, we should acknowledge that it's the man's fault for not controlling himself. Blaming women for something a man should control ultimately leads to victim blaming. It is never a woman's fault for being harassed or sexually assaulted. Never. I'll leave you with these two quotes, one from Black lesbian poet Audre Lorde, whom I quoted earlier. "I am not free while any woman is unfree, even when her shackles are very different from my own." And this second quote from New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. "The idea that a woman can be as powerful as a man is something that our society can't deal with. But I am as powerful as a man, and it drives me crazy. I look forward to the changes we can cause. I want to feel safe here. I have one more year of school left on this campus, and for the first time in 3 years, I don't want to feel afraid of how a man will react to every little thing I do. To any men listening who happen to be here, even those who aren't here, think before you speak. Think before you objectify women, before you reduce them to their body parts, and that alone. Remember that our bodies aren't on display for you. They never were for you, and our rights, not a debate. Why do you hold so fast to the notion that men have the right to control women, but women don't have the right to own their bodies? I say, my body is mine. I shouldn't be punished for being a woman. I shouldn't worry about what men will say about me, because sexual harassment, as the dress code says, distracts from our education and disrupts what could potentially be a safe learning environment for all, no matter race, gender, ethnicity, religion, political affiliation, and sexual orientation. And I won't let any man deprive me of learning about this culture and the history of harassment of marginalized communities in the United States. Thank you.